All right.
Could you please call the roll, please?
Walston. Kinsey.
Here.
McDermott.
Here.
Weaver.
Yep.
And quorum. Item number 3, approval of minutes of the regular meeting held April 13, 2026.
I move we approve.
Second it.
Moved and seconded. We can call the roll, please.
McDermott.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Kinsey.
Yes.
Hey, Joe. Add Joe to the list.
They're too short. Besides making the tail
It's what?
they're too short. They're nice, but they're short.
Okay.
Everybody use one for the tail.
Item number 4, reports from staff. City council report.
It's out there any shorter. Well, thank you.
That's all I have to report, and besides the budget, which Sadie will take care of.
Do we know the status of the truck? Has it been advertised?
I can answer that. I'm going to work with Tyson when he gets back. I need a picture, and I'm going to prepare the sealed bid ad, and then we will get it going and put it out there on Facebook, the newsgram, and our website, and we'll just keep hopefully resharing it. And do you guys want me to advertise it for more than 2 weeks, or you want me to see what we get in 2 weeks? We did our ambulance for two.
Did you get many bids on that?
I've had inquiries, but I have one on my desk right now. So.
Are we going to put it in like a truck trailer?
I would like to see it on the truck.
Yes, I can have Tyson do that. I'm sure he knows
Yeah.
how.
I think probably more than 2 weeks.
Okay,
Yes.
Probably.
I can do that.
This
wouldn't hurt.
point was a month
A
versus
month?
2
Okay.
3 years.
Yep, just so I know what dates to put on there for you all, and,
I
okay,
wanna-
we'll advertise it a month.
I want to specify, and even, I mean, whatever it takes to get into those major publications. Now, as far as what that costs, do we,
I can have Tyson get quotes
and
and email you guys first,
I don't
and
think I
then,
need to forward it
because
first.
once it's created, he could just send it wherever you guys
It's
wanted
way less
to.
than 5 then. I mean, it's just going to be a quarter page.
Yeah.
In down the corner.
Well, it would.
The truck trader.
Is it a quarter page?
Well, whatever little
I'll
corner.
write a note on that.
Maybe it's more than an eighth, but I think it's a quarter page.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I look at it.
I'll take care of Facebook, our website, and our app, and the newsgram, and then I'll have Tyson take care of Truck Trader or wherever else you want him to look into. I'll have him do some.
Which they're all the same
So,
publications.
okay.
I had the pictures.
He won't need
With
approval
my-
for any of that.
You'll text him to me.
I was
Yep,
just
that's
asked,
perfect.
thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Yep.
Does anybody have any question over last month's finances? Or your year finances? Or on the fuel sales?
Yeah, if we have questions, this is the time I say it's here, because she's the most knowledgeable. one
Try.
out there. I do have a question mark for the board on that. Is there a formula that everyone uses to determine the fuel prices aviation-wise, or is it just, how does that stuff set?
Yes and yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just curious though.
Yep.
Well, and you got to time your fuel sales and your purchasing.
Yeah, that's
you
what I
know,
was.
and it's,
So the purchasing though, the prices come out every week on Tuesday from ASAP Energy.
Okay, so they did.
But you can't say, book it down. Whatever day the truck actually shows up at the terminal in Oklahoma City, whatever that price is that day, that's the price we get.
Okay.
Now, Brian works with us pretty well to like, if you need a load, you might want to come get a load because they're going up, but he really is very careful about forecasting because if he's wrong, then people blame him. So whatever day we order it, that's what you're going to get. Now, the weekly one shows your trends. And then we kind of have a minimum profit. Then Tyson's been doing a great job of calling around or looking on 4Fly or whatever and seeing what Woodward is and what our competing ones are and which are they nickel below them unless it eats into our profit margin. And of course, you know, the CAF, that's That's your cost plus the profit. That's it. We don't have any choice in that. So the Jet A and the Avgas, other than CAA, can be set between Tyson and the city business manager.
Okay.
Usually they'll peg us if it's going to be something different, but right now Tyson's just chasing these prices as they go up. And
Yeah.
And you don't want to just be overloaded with these higher prices.
actually he worked, so just to let you know, I had Tyson before he left last week. He worked with Woodward to get a split load.
That's good.
So they didn't charge extra, and that way he loaded up the avgas tank with our cheap gases in the tank. And now what's in there is kind of a mix, maybe kind of 2/3 expensive.
That's good.
Yeah, so it should last us long enough for the prices to come down. And Tyson did some good work on that.
That's good.
I think it might, I don't know if it was in here, but, nope, it wasn't.
Here's his report.
Yeah.
If there's no other questions on finance, we'll move to the manager's report. Yes. Did you say you printed something out, or
Yes.
Yep, Tyson did, yes.
was that the only copy?
Everybody should have their own. You should have it under the agenda that she handed you.
Oh, there it is, it's the lower one, it's okay. Oh, yeah, it is.
Don't know that we have anybody here that can answer these questions outside of Tyson.
What's the question?
Well, if you had a question.
Oh, well, I talked to him at length last week, but, met Trayson, seems pretty, pretty motivated young guy. He already knows, he worked at Woodward. I did remind Tyson that, all of our ground leases and everything are due in June, all the legal leases, so
Grant?
he's working on it.
Okay.
And I will compliment Tyson. I was out here fairly late one evening. He was down there weed eating, way later than what you'd expect a manager to be here working out here. So
Yeah,
I
this
want
looks good.
to throw a compliment to him.
All right, we'll move on to item number 5 then, presentation of the fiscal year 27 report budget.
Okay. This is still a draft. It will not be final or approved until council sees it and approves it at city council. For your request, in the red, I have fixed those line items, the miscellaneous leases, hangar ground leases, and ag leases, so I did a lot of cleanup. The first column is this current budget. The middle column is year-to-date as of 4/30 of what so far we have taken in or expended when we get to the expenses. And then the FY 27 budget draft of what we're projecting. Grant proceeds, Kelly talked with Park Hill, so that would be our hangar project. And then we go down, we're forecasting about $500,000 in fuel and and oil. Tyson said that they'll probably start selling that more often. Interest earned, we kind of lowered it just a little bit because interest rates have kind of gone down, so we did lower that just a little bit. We're so far brought in $27,000 for the year, a little over. So everything is, and then your three hangar, ground, farm, and oil have been cleaned up down on the bottom. And the fund balance would be from CDs for our hangar project match. I try to put notes out there so that way you could see them, since when we print them, you can see our internal notes. So that would be the revenue side. Estimating about 2.8 for the year with the grants.
Can I ask a question about the hangar
Yes.
match? Is that what we're going to be liable for, is $463,000?
Possibly, yes. Kelly talked to Park Hill, so that should be roughly about it. Again, it could be subject to change once we get into the actual project and, depending on if we get the grant. So if we don't get the grant, then we do a budget amendment and, that would, if we don't get the grant and then the project has to delay or something, we would do a budget amendment for both of those items.
What percent, do you recall what percent match that is?
Well, I thought we were only paying 5%.
5%, that's what I was under the understanding.
That's what it was, that's what they sold us.
Right. But that number's not 5%.
No, it's not.
No, it's a lot more.
But it's, I think they were counting on an additional year's worth of FAA funding to offset that.
And I can ask Kelly some more on that, right? We can get to it.
Because originally that was the 5%. Because if you start looking at this, if we have to go out of pocket on that, and
Yeah.
that's if everything runs on budget, which doesn't always happen,
Yeah,
then if we do get into the terminal project and we are liable for that 250,000, more or less, that takes our cash balance down to 500,000.
yeah.
And 200,000 of that has been traditionally been used for what they call a stabilization fund.
Yeah. Let me ask Kelly about that. I know he spoke to Toby in-depthly on it, so let me talk to Kelly about that tomorrow when I see him. He'll be back. So, but,
Because those two projects, I mean,
Okay.
would really eat up our cash.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's not, I mean, this isn't approved, that's,
yeah, this is just a draft, so we're still
No,
changing
I understand.
numbers, and so I will talk to Kelly about that, and
But
we can iron
John's
that
right,
out.
they did tell us 5%.
Okay,
And that was the projections.
and if
There's
there
going to be
is,
like $100,000,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Well, that's what.
yes.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, because we were in meeting in that room, and you and Bob and
and I don't know
somebody, and
if they're
somebody
taking
else
into
came in.
account the terminal in there, but we shouldn't need it for the
Shouldn't do that
terminal
now.
then, because
the
that's
next-
several
that's
years.
next year's.
Let me ask Kelly.
and maybe that's something we need to get Toby on the phone at next meeting to.
Okay, what's the
Okay.
cost of the new,
2 million,
2.1 million,
2.1.
on the new hangar?
2 hangars.
2 hangars.
Well, two
2
hangars,
hangars,
okay.
yes, sir.
2.1, okay.
Okay,
And 5% can.
I'll get that, I'll get those.
And at this point, I'm not sure what that includes outside the structure. I don't know if that includes
Okay.
electrical work or not, any apron work or not. I don't know what that 2 million actually includes.
Okay. We can find out. I will get clarification on that.
Right.
Okay. Expense-wise, we stayed relatively flat on everything. Insurance, of course, is going up, so we did budget in an increase for that. But it didn't seem like it, your portion didn't really go up much from your guys's. It was right there. So I think we had already over budgeted this last year, so.
Well, I was just curious. I guess I was going to wait till you get done and ask questions.
That means what we spent,
That's just this is what we've budgeted.
and that's what we spent.
This is what year to date, yes.
Oh, there's 2 months left, right?
Yes,
Just-
yes, May and June. Yes.
I
So, yes, sir. No, go ahead.
On line 52224, when we had our preliminary budget meeting, I'm sorry, 225, it's the property maintenance.
Okay,
We had just talked about leaving that at 40,000, and I noticed in here it's been taken down to 30,000. Was that to balance the budget?
yes. Yes, it
So,
was.
I mean, it's just a question.
Yes, we lowered it to balance the budget.
Okay, so the same thing with 52302 under other services and charges. We talked about leaving that at 3,000 for advertising, and it's been taken down to 750.
Yes, yes, because we did have to add in a fund balance, and then that would have let you guys, if you look at the bottom, it would have left you guys with a positive 2,603 without going over budget.
Right. So I could say the same thing about training and dues and subscriptions.
Yes.
Okay. And then,
One thing I have is that property maintenance, we were talking about trying to fix the South Share, which is $30,000.
I mean, and I can increase that back, and then your fund balance transfer, that was in fund balance for any years that something hadn't been spent, we can increase that if we need to. If you guys are okay with that.
If it's available, which I also think we need to reconsider the FOD map too.
So yes, if you go to the last page in the capital buildings and equipment, that's where the fog maps and the
excellent.
surveillance cameras are being budgeted
So
to.
they are.
so,
Yes, that's
so
capital.
that was another question, was that the fly mat alone was 6,300?
Yes.
6,500. And then
6,300, yes.
6,300, and then the cameras, we had written down 10,000.
10,000. Let me do some, there's two of us working in this, let me make sure, because that's where that should be. That was the note that was in there, so I will,
So I mean, it's just underfunded if we're going to do the
Yes.
surveillance cameras.
yes it is.
Is that
Let me And then your capital buildings, the hangar project is
Okay.
in there.
Okay.
Yes, because all that's capital equipment. I wasn't sure how much the fog mats were, so that's why when the note said fog mats and
I understand,
equipment, that's why I put the
plus or
note.
minus.
Okay, so that's just the fog mat, so.
Yep.
And yes, the cameras were about 10, that does make sense. But I thought maybe we decreased some cameras or something.
So
But I'll find out.
the price of our audit is almost doubled.
It has gone up, and it's also based on, because you guys have gotten federal funding, we have to do an additional audit, so that has crept the price up. Once we stop receiving federal funds, that secondary audit goes away. So up until then, it'll be a little bit higher because it's based off that, and your revenue and expenses on the overall budget is how it gets divided out. So right now, it is a little high right now, but it should come down once we start to level off with these projects.
And then the utilities, with the things that John found when he was working in there and
Yes.
rectified, we're still showing an increase.
We're hoping that it will decrease, but right now we're running, I can lower it, but right now, on average, we're gonna end the year about 30,000. That includes your electric out here, internet.
Is that where the trash took us up to?
Your-
The trash, isn't that what we're talking about? Like
No,
trash
you're-
service and everything?
No, you guys shouldn't have any trash out here. Like, we take the trash, but it's one of the city accounts.
Oh, okay.
So, but that should only be like the phone line, so like the airport cell phone, your internet, and it should be your electric. I don't think you guys have gas out here.
Is IT services, is that like?
That's apprentice,
Okay.
yes.
What do
And
they do
we-
for us out here?
All of our networking, they handle our network.
It's going up from 36 just for us to 4,400.
High.
That it went up of everybody. So I tried to, and it may not go up that high. I'm forecasting. So I can bring it back down to 3,600 if you like, and if we go over, it just comes from one of the other lines, and we do a budget line adjustment. It's really what you guys would prefer on that.
And then we under line 520-216, equipment maintenance,
Yes.
we talked about in our meeting at 5,000 and it's down to 1,000.
And that was budgetary. Do you want me to try to make it work with 5,000?
Well, we just spent, what, 6,000, John, on the two tractors alone. Not talking
Shouldn't
about,
have to spend that much next year, but you never know.
Okay. Let me try to make 5,000 work in there. Okay?
I just think that, I think if we do 1,000, we have to do budget amendment.
Yeah, or take it from another line and,
Yes.
okay, I can try to work with that.
So your vehicle maintenance shows nothing spent this year? Is that because we put the Jet A truck or something on something else?
Probably, I can look, who would be our vendor that you guys would take that to have it worked on?
Well, Lonnie. did-
Well, if it's like a fuel, it would
Filters
probably
and
get
stuff.
small, it would go to more, he probably coded it small tools and equipment. I can go into detail again on that line and find
Probably
out
why
who
that's
is
so
it.
high there.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me make a
Now,
note.
there's going to be a $700 bill coming from Wayne Whitley as soon as we get the door fixed on the truck.
Okay. I will find out on that.
There should be a cost expenditure on chemicals too, in
Okay.
spraying, but I don't know if taxes are in it or not.
I haven't seen anything, but I don't always see it until it hits, if you give it
Because-
directly to AP.
Because property maintenance, when we had Northwest Landscaping spray everything, that comes under property maintenance, right?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Chemicals is just what the
Yeah.
airport buys, the,
Yes.
like the crack springs.
Yes, and he may have had some left over and have to buy it. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
ask
but that
Tyson.
sounds really cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what a 2.5 gallon would cost. It probably costs that much. Round up.
That's cheap.
Is it?
I can ask Tyson too on the chemicals.
That's not much to worry about there.
Okay,
So when you say network, go more in detail on network, because I mean, we have,
I mean, they handle all our
employees
emails, they handle all the ins and outs, and I don't, that's just the bill we get for the airport. They
Yes.
did all, they
They're on call.
handle everything. If they need
I mean,
assistance,
if
they
we call,
do.
they come.
They do.
and I think
Yeah,
that
and they don't
is
charge,
great.
yeah, they don't charge
But
any free.
all I'm seeing
It
is
seems high.
4,400 to handle email seems.
Well, they're not just
outrageous.
handling email.
That's what I guess. And if
They handle everything, their Microsoft suites. I mean, they are accounts, like our username.
Secure OneDrive.
okay,
Yeah, they handle all that. We don't do any internal IT at all. They have our
So-
phone system.
okay. So like if Tyson has an IT question, he
He
calls
can even-
on
apprentice-
anything
yes.
IT.
Yes.
he
Apprentice
solves it.
support,
Okay.
yes.
Yep.
That's not tough.
And they make sure that the fuel station out here is operating.
Do they do that as well?
I believe so. That would be a Tyson question. I'm not well versed with the day-to-day out here,
I'm
but,
not trying to.
no, you're fine. But I know anything that is electronic, like
Somebody's out there?
technology, is apprentice.
Okay. I could be the only one. I just felt like that was high, but maybe they just wanted to know. Well, you do
Out
that.
here, everything is high.
Yeah.
Nothing is cheap out here at all.
Well, it is high, because you're talking $400 a month is what you're talking.
Yeah.
If they're solving problems, it's not, because we've been associated with groups where we're spent that much or more
And they
annually
weren't
and got
doing
nothing
anything.
solved.
And they are very
They're
responsive.
great people, I'm sure.
But
And
but they do it downtown as well?
They do,
Yes.
they're our citywide provider apprentices, and if they can't remote in and fix it, they send somebody in. It's already encompassed in our realm of the contract, so we don't get charged for when they come in from
That
Tulsa.
was probably more reasonable than.
Well, 20, yeah.
Sometimes I had to call him, he was here the next day.
Yeah.
And
And,
they're really,
and if
they're
one
really
part
sharp.
of the city has an issue, they always try to stop by everywhere, just like, hey, we're here, are you good, are you having any issues? They're really good about that as well. So,
They're the ones that helped set up and fix the AWAS, so they actually emailed us AT&T, they did the networking,
Okay.
yeah.
So, and then under air show, we spent,
the air show, so I kind of talked to Tyson a little bit. They use some of the funds, I forget what, I think the Boy Scout, the Eagles, is what they use some of it. But Tyson did mention that he would like to try to bring the air show back.
Right.
So that's why we're not eliminating that line, and then this year they just use that, the
Okay.
Eagles
But that
group.
977 is what
The Eagles.
Josh spent for the Young Eagles. So.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was trying to
Yes.
figure out.
That's what it was, but he
Can we
would
bump
like
that up from, what was that, 1,000?
1,000.
Yeah,
I
raise
can-
that to 2,500, you
25.
reckon? What do
Okay.
you think, Ed?
I can make it work. It might make the fund balance transfer just a little bit more, if you guys are
Do
okay
you
with
understand what
that.
she's saying?
Huh?
Anything that we raise in here, if our revenue,
Unless we-
projected revenues
unless
aren't
we
covering
can
it,
bring more
it's coming out of our
revenue in.
savings.
Oh, okay.
So when you ask her to bump that up, potential of that 1,500 is coming out of savings.
Bump it
So,
up to 2,500.
On the next line,
So
right below there,
that's a
Sheriff,
good place to
what did we spend
bring kids out
$300,000
here,
on professional services?
I think, personally.
But I'm sure you
That
understand what she
is
says, that fund balance transfer.
the engineering,
It's coming out of our
Myers, we had to
savings.
do a budget amendment on that. That's not Myers, Park Hill, sorry, Myers is the city. It's Park Hill Engineering for all the projects that have come through here. So that's why it's so high this year, anytime you have projects. And so we will have to do a budget amendment at the end of the year to bring that in, because we did not budget enough, obviously. But that's not uncommon when you have projects kicking off, so.
And two, if Tyson's gonna do an air show, maybe he would do this as well, but I'd rather him seek coming in from the tourism committee than so forth.
He can do that as well.
Well, he
Yes.
can do that, still save that on our budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a bonus.
Yeah.
Because that used to bring people from, I mean, I remember when I was young, that brought, it was a big deal.
It was.
Yeah.
Been a long time since we've had a
That's when somebody had a
real
couple
air
of
show
Mustangs.
here. Huh?
That's when somebody had a couple of Mustangs here.
Had that. He said that was when we had a couple Mustangs here. When we had that big air show.
Someday, yeah. They will do that. Okay, what else?
That's all I have. This is what we're working with, and I broke down all my questions from you guys to get clarification and to adjust and make it work.
So on the last page, you get airport revenue over and under. So you're saying this, you want some of the big expenses this year were $61,000 under budget right now?
Yes, compared to revenue and expenses, but some of our expenses have already come in, but our revenue has not. So with 2 months, I mean, he's bought fuel, but we haven't seen all those fuel revenue come in. So that number, in my eyes, should shrink by the end of the year unless we just have a crazy expense that we weren't planning on. But
We're
yes,
not going to go on a $60,000 spending spree.
shouldn't. Tyson's pretty good about that. So.
Yeah.
But yes, this number, the middle column is still very fluid with expenses. I am cutting spending off as of June 25th. Any POs and stuff, if they weren't done, they're done spending. We got to get payments cut so we can clear all landing encumbrances, so we can have good financials at the end of June to roll over into the next year. And then if something does trickle in, it'll just have a July 1 and be encumbered and paid in fiscal year 27. So I have asked all department heads to get all their expenses in and paid if they know if we're going to receive the goods and services by June 25th. So that way we're not under the wire at the end of the year. So,
Have we answered your questions that you had?
yes. And have I answered?
Does anybody have questions for Sadie at this point? I want to thank you for coming
Oh, of
and
course.
doing this.
Of course.
This is a pleasant change from
Okay.
past experiences, and I really appreciate it.
Well, good. I'm glad. Not gonna lie, I was really
This is one
nervous.
reason I didn't take a business degree.
But I apologize that I missed it all.
No, you're okay. Well, I can answer any questions you have, Dale.
Okay.
I'll wait after and I can answer any questions, or I can go back through it right now if you want.
No,
It's
no,
up to you
go
guys.
back
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Sadie.
You're very welcome.
All right, we move on to item number 6, remarks and inquiries for airport commission members.
Not a big deal, I already talked to Kelly about it, but on the members,
We caught it, Stephanie's already fixed it. We
Yeah,
caught it
okay.
after and I was like, hey, that's been here twice and it kicked you off. We don't know what the template did.
and I haven't got it emailed to me the last 2 months. I've just been going to the town property, so then I went there and I saw it said, Billy Joe Mountain. I said, well, Joe kicked me off.
I saw it and Stephanie is aware of it. She's already taken care of it,
Okay,
hopefully.
excellent. And if you could just
Yep.
text me if you need an email from me, I'm sure
Okay.
you have.
It should have been in there because you used to get it.
Yeah.
Town Cloud has been kind of, I feel like glitchy lately. I feel like everybody's updating everything and technology has just not been friendly. But Stephanie has fixed that.
I've got something that's kind of important to this airport. So somebody that Max knows really well, I had a long conversation today with the Board of Education president about the school bond issue. And it's actually pretty positive. First of all, and we've had several members here at the airport really expressing concern that it's going to be right here at the corner of Harper 21. That one newspaper article was about the wrongest thing that ever was printed. It never was cited for 281. It was always cited for the east end by Noble and Harper,
Okay.
which almost alleviates all of our concerns about it being in our departure path, arrival path, everything. 45 entries now won't be over to school. So I was ready to go in there with fire and brimstone tomorrow night, which, by the way, guys, tomorrow night at the Alva High School Auditorium is the first public bond meeting for the vote. And you guys, if you're city residents, you're going to be voting here in a month on a very important bond issue for a new school. Whether you for it or against it, that's a different story, but if you're not there, you can't get the right information. I will tell you that sitting down talking with Jane gave me a whole different perspective on this vote that's coming up and how it's important, good, and she understands there's a lot of kickback from it. But, if we don't grow facilities and we don't grow the town, Bob, I'm hoping you're there because you're the one that's got like the encyclopedia of the graduating classes and how they shrunk from back then to now, They're also going to try to get Ron Vasquez there because Ron will tell you right now, our schools are not secure. There's multiple entry points. You know, so it hasn't happened at Alva, but, you know, some guy decides to start shooting up elementary kids. Right now, the police can't secure the schools. So there's a lot of different issues to this new school. So tomorrow night, time, I can bring that up real quick.
Do you know if they're going to broadcast it live?
Yes.
They are? Okay.
Yes. It is tomorrow night at Town Hall at 7 o'clock at the high school auditorium. So I think it's board members be important to be there, but also know that our aviation concerns went down drastically by just the location. So that's what I have.
Do you know what rate we've been getting on our CDs?
It's wrong
There-
on that.
Yeah, well, the rate's not on there. I can pull it up real quick.
And it's not urgent.
They do go out to bid, and the finance committee does usually pick the highest rate. They have dropped significantly from what we have been getting the last year and a half.
And you can email it to me if it's good.
Anything else?
I got it.
I do.
Yes, sir.
We have Bob, who is on the commission, as everybody knows. If we have anything that we have, that we need here at this airport, that we could show that we need it, or is there's a cause that we need it, then Bob would be a good one for us to go to and visit with about what's available for us through the Oklahoma Aeronautical Commission. So Bob, do you have anything you'd like to bring up? Well,
At this point, I'm just an observer.
okay, but I just wanted to put that out for us, that if there's anything at all that we could use here at this airport, we need to
And Max, you're right, yeah, let me know,
lean on.
and I'll bring it up, because
How often are your meetings, Bob? Once a month?
every other month,
Every other month?
Wednesday, this Wednesday,
When's
what?
your next one? When is your next meeting?
Wednesday,
This Wednesday.
yes.
You're not gonna with everybody.
But they are very committed to growth of aviation in the state of Oklahoma.
Yep.
Very, very much. I'm very impressed.
So we just need to keep that in mind.
We gotta still do our East Airports visits.
I tell you what, I've been looking, and every time you go somewhere, you're paying attention to what you're walking
Now
through
you are.
now.
Now you are.
Before you may not really pay that much attention.
So they're between, the ICS is a 3.13, and the CDs all range from 3.8 to 3.9. Well, sorry, 3.7 is your lowest to 3.9.
What's that, the lowest, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, there is, I don't know the exact values on it, but if it starts to dip below, and something you may just watch, you're familiar with Oklahoma class, aren't you? Which is the, what's it stand for? The Oklahoma Cooperative Liquid Asset Security System. It's at 3.7, which there is at all now. I would take a little bit less to keep our money local. I think that's important to keep our money in Alva and Alva banks, but just kind of something to watch. That's something I've talked to them several times. There's several cities there that mess with them and
And they kind of do what the ICS does.
it's very similar to the ICS. And what's our ICS at?
3.13.
So,
And it changes all the time, that does.
and that's how Oklahoma classes. if there gets to be a big enough difference, that might be a discussion. I don't know if 26 is that or not. But to always look at and talk to.
Yeah.
All right, move on to item number 7, remarks and inquiries with citizens. We're good.